Hey, hey, Jewel School. I'm Laura. Thanks for being here with me. We're gonna do a simple little necklace. You guys, I combined some of the garnet that we had with this neon apatite. I love the combination of the garnet with the neon apatite. I think it's such a cool, kind of unexpected duo there. Get ready. I'm excited. Okay, let's talk about what we're using today. What we are going to do, I've strung myself some of the neon apatite, so kind of like the back part of the necklace. I went ahead and did one side of that, and then I'm gonna show you guys how I do my little scallop pieces and how we get those on there. So I've got my beads strung on some 22 gauge wire. You just need a couple inches, you don't need a ton, because these are pretty small little scallops. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 beads per piece of wire. So that to make that scallop that looks like that with 3 neon apatites in between, you need 8 of these little garnet beads. And so we are gonna go in and we're gonna make loops here. So we're going to use our one-step looper, and we're gonna make a loop with our looper, and then we're gonna flip it around and make a loop on the other end. And just make sure that you're pulling all the space out between the beads. We don't want any like gapping between the beads, like this. And then we just wanna make sure that our, let's see, we're gonna pull this into a curve shape, and we want our loops perpendicular to our curve so that your wire can just slide right through those loops without your wire having to twist or turn at all to get through that loop. And then you wanna go in and you wanna really close these loops up, because I'm using a really thin little wire I messed that up, to string these beads and these scallops on, and we don't want these scallops like sliding off of there. So we've got one, and then we'll finish up these other 2, and I'll show you guys how I string them on. I've got myself too much wire, but that's okay. You guys know me. Okay. So we've got our loops, pull it into a little bit of an arc shape, and then just make sure that your loops are facing the right direction. Close that up. There we go, and we'll do our last one. I'm just gonna do 3 little scallops on this little necklace. You guys can do more or less if you want. You can do a bigger scallop with more beads in between. You can totally make it your own. Okay. All right. Again, pull that into an arc shape and turn our loops so they're facing the right direction. Okay, now I just want to get some beads ready to string. And then I'm gonna do some garnet and these like spacer beads in between there too. So we'll get some of those pulled. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab one of my scallops, and I'm gonna string my wire through one of those loops that I made, and then I'm going to add 3 of my neon apatite. And then we're gonna pull this back. We're gonna go back through Or we're gonna go through the loop on the other side. Like that, and it just kind of hugs those beads. Then we will grab a garnet, a spacer bead, and a garnet. Just to add a little space between the scallops there. Then we will go back and grab another scallop section. Whoops. String it on our wire. This is 19 strand stainless steel beading wire. Just kind of your basic jewelry making beading wire. There we go. Sorry, Andrew. There we go. Okay, now we're going to do another garnet. Spacer bead, garnet, and then we'll put our last scallop on. So there's like so many different variations of this necklace you can make too. Like I've got the one that's got the pendant down at the bottom with more scallops up on the neck. So if you want kind of a central focal point there, you can add a pendant. Or you can do it like this, just like a simple variation too. You can, if you have a booth, if you're gonna sell stuff at a booth, it's nice to give people options. So you can do like a bigger, fancier one like we've got on the neck, and then do a more simple, and make kind of like a little suite of necklaces. Okay, so there we go. We've got our scallops on, and now we're gonna finish stringing the other side of this. So I'm gonna do that real quick. I like this necklace in particular more of like a collar at like a collarbone hit, that kind of length. So like 18, maybe 20 inches. You could put an extender on the back of it, but I just think the way the scallops hit, I think it looks nice kind of up higher on the chest. Let's see if we got even 3 more. Pretty close, guys. And then we will crimp this off. All right. Let's grab a clasp. So I've got a lobster claw and a little jump ring. Okay, so we're gonna grab a crimp bead, slide that crimp bead on one side of our clasp. Then we're gonna run this wire back through the crimp bead, so back onto itself. Pull that up against your clasp, not too close. You want your clasp to have some movement on there. So give yourself a couple millimeters of room. And then we're gonna go in with our crimping tool. If you've never used a crimping tool, this is a crimper. So it has 2 grooves on this side and some other grooves on this side. This is the side we're gonna pay attention to with these bigger grooves. The first crimp is gonna be in the groove closest to your hand. See those 2 on there? So that we're gonna crimp on that first one closest to the back of the plier. And then we're gonna turn 90 degrees and we're gonna finish off the crimp that it makes. So I'm gonna give this a squeeze. And I'll show you guys how it looks. It kind of makes this like C shape. If you can see that. Starts to fold it. Now we're gonna rotate that 90 degrees and finish this off with the front groove of our plier. So just give that a squeeze. And that just finishes off the fold really nicely. And that is the most secure way to put a clasp on with crimp beads. instead of just flattening it with you don't want to just flatten it with a chain nose plier. I have made that mistake many times in a pinch, and almost always my necklace or bracelet comes undone. The clasp comes off when I do that. So you really need a lot more tension and pressure, because that's, you know, the most used point of any necklace or bracelet is the clasp. So you need a really secure way to kind of finish off that wire. So we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Make sure that you've pulled most of your slack out. We don't want it to be too tight that your necklace doesn't drape right. My scallops are facing the wrong way. We'll turn them. But you don't want a huge gap. So I've just got like a millimeter or two of extra room there, so that I can, when this bends in a kind of a circle shape, when you put it on, then your beads can move and flex and kind of pull around the wire. All right, so again, we're just gonna crimp here. Finish this off. And trim that with our flush cutters, and then we are done. We will pop this up here. I'm gonna turn my garnets the right way. That's a fun little sweep there. Pretty. I love that color combination. I don't know why. I just think it's like these really beautiful jewel tones. I love jewel tones. I think those are some of the prettiest jewel tones, that deep garnet color and that almost kind of turquoisey color. Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed today's demo. If you need any of the tools and supplies that we used today, check out the links in the description below. And while you're down there, I want to know what you think about this color combo. Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss any future videos. Bye y'all.